Hello everyone, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you guys a Christmas weekend reading vlog, and what I mean by that is that I'm going to be vlogging today, December 23rd through the 25th, so it's going to be kind of like a 3-day weekend, I guess you could say. I actually did this last year where I vlogged my Christmas. I will link that reading vlog up in the cards above. It was such a fun time that I thought I would do it again this year. So in terms of, I guess I'll do a reading update first and then we can talk about what my day is looking like. So last night I actually started Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This is going to be my very first time rereading this. I think I read it for the first time when I was in college. I want to say around 2013, 2014, and I remember just absolutely loving it back then, and so I thought it was well past time to reread it because I finally read Carry On. And what I realized is that Carry On is the fan fiction that Kath is writing in this book. For some reason, I thought Carry On was like the original Simon Snow source material, but I was wrong about that. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that I'm rereading this. If for nothing else, then I finally understand what Carry On actually is. So yeah, right now I'm on page 100 exactly. That's chapter 10. I don't have much to say. I am enjoying it a lot. Like right now it's like a solid 4-star read. I remember when I read it for the first time I gave it 5 stars. But this time around I don't think it's gonna blow me away quite as much, but I am enjoying it. I am listening to the audiobook while reading the physical book simultaneously. And then in terms of something else that I want to read in the next 3 days or so is Do You Want to Start a Scandal by Tessa Dare. This is the 4th and final book in her Castle Ever After series, so I'm really excited to finish out this little series in 2020. And I will get into the plot of this one because there's kind of a lot going on. There's a mystery, there's a romance, so I'll get into that when I actually start reading it. But yes, I am so excited because I know that Lisa from Remarkably Lisa absolutely adores this book. This might be her favorite Tessa Dare, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm, yes, really excited about this. And then if I get those 2 books done, I'll let you guys know what I'm reading, you know, throughout this reading vlog. So for plans for today, I actually have already been doing some stuff. I went to Walmart to do like a grocery pickup. It's just about 1 p.m. So I'm about to go run some errands with my mom. We have to go drop a package off at the post office. She has to go to the bank, and I think we might go walking, but the weather is very gloomy today. It's supposed to get really cold tomorrow and Christmas Day because tonight we're getting a cold front, so it's going to be kind of stormy tonight. And also another thing that I have planned today is I'm actually going to do a watch party with my really great friend Melanie. We are going to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol together, and I'm so excited because if you guys watched my 'Tis the Season-a-thon reading vlog, and I mentioned it in that Christmas reading vlog that I did last year, the Muppets Christmas Carol is like by far my favorite adaptation of the story, and it's also by far one of my top 5 favorite Christmas movies. So I'm so excited to do a watch party with her tonight. So yeah, that's going to be it for this update. I'm going to take you guys through my day as much as possible, you know, filming clips here and there. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Chloe, what are you doing, baby girl? Hey, yo. She's kind of weird about cameras. Like, we've noticed that if we point the phone at her or like a camera or anything, like she is not here for it. I don't know. I think that she thinks she'll get trapped in it somehow. I'm not really sure, but she's just being so cute. And she's looking out the window at all the other cars. So adorable. We're currently at the post office. I'm waiting for my mom to mail a package off. Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. Wow, it is windy outside. Oh Oh no, okay, there's a house across the street that has like this huge Mickey inflatable, and now like because it's so windy it's just like knocked over. So yeah, we had quite the storm last night, quite the cold front. So yeah, it's gonna be cold the next couple of days, but I'm so here for that because I really do enjoy wintry weather, especially for Christmas. So anyways, to get back on topic, it is just about 11:15 a.m. I hope you guys enjoyed those little montage clips that I got from yesterday. So I'll get to my reading in a second, but I did want to talk a little bit about getting to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol last night. So I did a watch party with two of my really great friends, and I love doing watch parties now. The Muppets Christmas Carol is by far the best adaptation of the story. You can fight me on that, but I'm right. What I loved about watching it last night is that it definitely got me in the Christmas spirit more, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. Obviously this year has been super weird, super not normal, also super scary. I don't know about you, but I've just been like so paranoid and terrified of getting COVID, you know, that I'm taking all of the possible precautions. And so this holiday season has also felt weird, and I feel like a lot of us aren't really getting into the spirit of the season or of the holiday just because there's so many other things to worry about other than just getting COVID. There's just so many other things going on right now. This movie definitely just kind of, I don't know, made my heart feel whole. It is such a sweet and wholesome adaptation. It's a musical too, in case you didn't know. And all of the songs are bops, like bops. They are so, so good. So yeah, now why don't we get to a reading update. So I finished the entirety of Fangirl yesterday. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the day, I was on page 100 and I read the rest of it yesterday. And this book has like about 430-ish pages. So I read well over like 300 pages yesterday, which is awesome. And I enjoyed this so much more than I thought I was going to upon reread. So going into this book, I expected it not to age well. Just like with Eleanor and Park, like there's a lot of yikes things going on in that book, and I expected kind of the same thing out of Fangirl. I really enjoyed this. I still feel like Kath is such a relatable character, and I feel like this book is just a beautiful love letter to readers, fanfiction authors, and introverts in general. And so I think that's why this book is always going to have kind of a special place in my heart. So I'm really glad that I did include this in a recent video of mine where I talked about my top 10 favorite popular YA books. I will link that video up in the cards above. We'll say there's one incident in this book where I feel like Kath is just stupid as hell, and that's in her fiction writing class where she straight up turns in fan fiction for an assignment, and then she's like shocked and upset when her professor's like, this isn't gonna work because it's not your original world, it's not your characters, like we need everything to be original for this fiction writing class. Kath just doesn't understand that, and the way that she argues with her professor, I'm like, girl, calm down. Like her professor wasn't even necessarily attacking fan fiction as an art. She was just like, you can't do that for my class. And yeah, that's like the one thing in this book that I'm just like, girl, calm down. Also, I do find it weird, as much as I really enjoyed the ending of this, I don't like that we don't get any resolution to Kath's issues with her mom. There's nothing at all. They literally have one conversation in this whole book where Kath just like goes off on her, and I was like cheering Kath on. I was like, yes, she deserves it. Like, she deserves to be yelled at by you. She left y'all when you were 8 years old and like doesn't give a shit about you. So yeah, I just expected more of a resolution with that whole situation. So yes, I really enjoyed this upon reread. I ended up giving it 4 stars. Also, this book made me very nostalgic and kind of sad about like the Harry Potter fandom and fandoms like it, because during this whole book they are all anxiously awaiting the very last Simon Snow book. And that feeling of just like the mania in the fandom, I can definitely remember when the last Harry Potter book was coming out. You know, just that everybody was just so anxiously awaiting it. And it kind of makes me sad that, first of all, J.K. Rowling is just like the worst ever. It just makes me sad that we'll probably never have a fandom in our lifetime that is as iconic as the Harry Potter series or as the Twilight Saga. Because I can remember, girl, when Breaking Dawn was coming out, I went to the the midnight release. Like, there was a mania for that fourth book coming out, you know? And then as far as today, I am planning on reading the entirety of Do You Want to Start a Scandal by Tessa Dare. The audiobook is only 8 hours, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to read the entirety of this in a day. In terms of plans for today, I need to wrap presents. I also need to bake brownies. So yeah, just like yesterday, I'll try to get some clips here and there of my day, and I'll probably talk to you guys, if not later, then tomorrow morning. Merry Christmas! I am all decked out. I have a red sweater on. I have these bell earrings on. I actually did my nails last night. You're not really going to be able to see them all that well, but they're little Christmas lights. How cute is that? So it's just about 11 a.m. and we are going to have to get going soon-ish. My mom and I are going to my brother and sister-in-law's house. It's just going to be the four of us. I promise that we are being safe and cautious. In terms of a reading update, I did read the entirety of Do You Want to Start a Scandal by Tessa Dare yesterday, and overall I enjoyed this one. I'm giving it 4 stars. I do think, unfortunately, it might be my least favorite installment of the Castles Ever After series, but I still enjoyed it. Like, the romance between Charlotte and Piers was solid. It wasn't anything that blew me away. Let me tell you a little bit about the plot. So we have Charlotte and then Piers Brandon, who is the Marquis of Granville. And they are essentially at this house party. I love that during like the Regency era, and I'm sure during other times in UK history, it was a very common thing for like people of wealth to just like invite a huge group of their friends over, and they would have parties that would last like days and days and days. Basically, at the beginning of this novel, Charlotte and Piers meet for the very first time. They end up alone in the owner of the house's study, and so then 2 other people like rush into the room, and so to avoid getting caught together alone in a room, they like hide behind the curtain. And it turns out that the 2 people that walked in the room end up having a little tryst, and then they leave, and then Charlotte and Piers essentially end up getting accused of having that tryst by Edmund, who is the son of the owner of this house. And that is one thing that I loved about this book, was that Edmund, the little boy, was constantly accusing Piers of murdering Charlotte or trying to murder her. And like throughout the book, he tries to catch him red-handed, and he's like constantly watching him. That was really funny. Also, I loved that there was a scene where Charlotte's mother was trying to teach Charlotte about the birds and the bees, and it was just hilarious because her mom is just like a very quirky and high-strung person, and Charlotte kind of started trolling her, so that was funny. You know, there is that mystery aspect thrown in where Charlotte and Piers are trying to figure out who the mystery couple is that was having the tryst in the study, and the resolution of that ended up being stupid in my opinion. So yeah, the mystery was like fine, you know, it is what it is. But I am still glad that I read this at the end of the year. I have now completed her Castles Ever After series, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading her Spindle Cove series next year. And then in terms of other things that I want to read, I know I'm not going to get a ton of reading done today. I'm probably not even going to be able to start reading anything until later tonight, because I know that most of my day is going to be spent at my brother and sister-in-law's place, and then we are also doing a Zoom call with all of our other family members, because obviously we can't have as large of a gathering this year as we usually do. But in terms of other things that I want to get started ASAP, Tessa Dare, speaking of, she just dropped a Christmas short story called When She Was Naughty. And this one, I don't really know much about the plot except that it takes place at like a Christmas Eve ball. We have our main character who convinces this man who, it sounds like they have kind of like a rivalry between the two of them. She convinces this man to show up to the ball in an ugly Christmas waistcoat, so kind of like an ugly Christmas sweater, and the plot goes on from there. It sounds absolutely adorable. So I'm really happy to have this. I might read this tonight because it's only 50 pages. And then another book that I want to get started maybe tonight is We Are Not Free by Tracy Chee. I haven't heard anybody talk about this except Haley from Haley in Bookland, because she is doing her annual Bookmas videos, and she did a video about underrated 2020 releases, and this one was discussed. So this is a historical fiction that takes place during World War II, specifically after the attack on Pearl Harbor, and these 14 Japanese American teens find their lives irrevocably changed. There's registration, curfew, eviction, incarceration. As World War II roars on around them, these teens must ask themselves what it means to be free Americans when their own country has imprisoned them. That sounds so interesting to me, mainly because this is a part of history that you don't hear about often, and I think it's very important to learn more about it. I've been so into historical fiction lately, especially young adult historical fiction, just because it's easier to read and understand, but they are very profound and impactful stories at the same time. So I'm definitely looking forward to starting this. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow. So yeah, that's going to be it for this reading update. I don't know if I'm going to get much footage today. I will bring my camera with me, but I know that my family doesn't want to be on camera, so we'll see if I can film anything, and then I will definitely update you guys at the end of the day to kind of wrap up this vlog. Guys, it is definitely time to wrap up this vlog. It is just about 11:50 p.m. so it is almost the 26th, and I had a really great day today. So we went over to my brother and sister-in-law's house. We had Christmas dinner, but really it was lunchtime. That's just a tradition in our family that we always have like our big meal at lunchtime, both Thanksgiving and Christmas. And our family Zoom call was really awesome because we haven't gotten together as a family like that in, I mean, I sensed well before COVID. I mean, I want to say it was like last Christmas was the last time that we all got together as a family and, you know, got to talk to each other and visit and all of that. So that was really great. Ate some really awesome food for lunch, and then we came back home at around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I did read the entirety of When She Was Naughty by Tessa Dare. This is a really short novella. It was maybe 50 pages. It felt like less, and I adored it. It was chef's kiss. Gave it 5 stars, of course. Tessa Dare's recent writing is just leaps and bounds above some of her backlist titles. In this novella, I do think she wrote this really recently to kind of make up for the fact that The Bride Bet, which is going to be her latest and the last installment in her Girl Meets Duke series, the release date for that book is unfortunately getting even more delayed than it already was, which kind of makes me feel stupid because I talked about that book a lot in my most anticipated releases for early 2021. I will link that video up in the cards above. So now the information in that video is not accurate when it pertains to the Tessa Dare book. So yeah, all that to say, I think she wrote this to kind of make up for all of that. And this novella is free. Highly, highly recommend. Oh my god, like, even though it's such a short novella, the romance was swoon worthy. Oh my goodness, the hero Justin, like the things that he was saying to Chloe, the heroine, like, oh, just so so sweet. Even though the plot of this is kind of outrageous and ridiculous, just in that the romance between these characters just kind of happens really fast, Tessa Dare still makes it seem believable somehow. So yeah, cannot recommend this enough if you are looking for a little fun novella to read right now. And then I did read the first 50 pages or so of We Are Not Free by Tracy Chee, which was the book that I mentioned earlier today. I left my copy downstairs, but that book is really, really great so far. Like I said earlier in the vlog, it is about these 14 Japanese American teenagers and their experiences getting put into an internment camp in World War II following the Pearl Harbor attack. So yes, very hard-hitting, but so well written. I am really enjoying these characters already, and these are stories that need to be told. And I love that Tracy Chee dedicated this book to her relatives who went through this really awful time in our country. So yeah, really, really enjoying that so far. So I think that's going to be it for this reading vlog. I had a fun time filming all of these clips for you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this vlog as well. I would love it if you would press that like button and subscribe, and I thank you in advance if you do. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!